Cool. What's up, guys? It's Breez with the MMA Breez. I'm here with Chris Wade, the returning runner-up from last year's tournament here with the PFL. He's getting ready to face off with the two-time champ, Lance Palmer. How are you feeling, Chris? How's the training camp been, and how excited are you for the PFL to kick off again?
Yeah, the training camp has been one of the best camps that I've ever gone through. My gym has kind of like recycled through, and we have this young squad kind of coming up, and they're all pros that have a couple of fights, but they're super hungry. And the last run through was like LaFleur, me, Bermudez, and a couple of other guys. But now this younger group, even though they're not up there yet, they're pushing me like every day. They want a piece of you because they're kind of gauging themselves off you. So every time I'm going into sparring, every time I'm going into a class where it's going to be live, I know that like we're going to go. And it's like got me feeling younger again.
Yeah,
you know?
sick, man, sick.
So,
who are some of those young guys in the gym that we should watch out for coming up in the scene?
Tom Picciano, John Caldone. There's so many of them. We went 8-0 the other night on an amateur card, like locally. So we have like a lot of guys fighting.
Yeah.
John O'Day, Adam is he's gonna be like really special. There's just not one guy there that I'm like, like I feel like all these dudes are killers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're excited, man. We're excited. Well, there was a lot of talk last season about your wrestling pedigree, and when you were facing off with Bubba, who obviously has a very decorated wrestling pedigree, you showed that your wrestling is up there with everybody else. You're going against another guy who's got a great wrestling pedigree, but how much wrestling do you anticipate for this bout? Do you expect there to be a lot of grappling? Do you expect it to be on the feet?
Yeah, this is one of those weird fights, right? Because like it's either gonna go one way or the other. When you get two grapplers or wrestlers, it either cancels out and it winds up being a kickboxing fight, right? Or they just go in for that, and then it winds up being crazy scrambles.
Yeah.
And what I think is that like, because of the action that'll take place with the striking, I think it's natural that the grappling scrambles are going to take place. So I'm anticipating, like my camp has anticipated, like especially with the fight that I took place with Mo Vliet, like, yo, be ready for 15 minutes of this guy trying to hang on your back, basically. Even though that may not happen, like be ready for it. So the way we trained was like crazy like that. Like, Tom, take his back against the wall, 5 minutes, go. Next new fresh guy, Adam, come in, take his back, let's go. And it was just like guy after guy trying to put that pressure on you so that I'm ready for that type of like grind fight as well.
Yeah, and there's the whole saying, you win or you learn, or you win or you learn, right? And so it seems like you're really attacking some of the things that you felt needed work. Can we expect a much more advanced Chris Wade this season? And do you expect Lance to be your toughest match yet?
Yeah, you can expect the best Chris Wade that you've seen here, UFC, PFL, anywhere, because the combination of like the mental work I've done from taking that loss to Mo Vliet in the final, and like where that put me and how I had to work out of that like rut, and then looking back at it objectively, like, okay, what went wrong, and then physically going to work on being better than my old self. Those two things both took place this year. I wasn't complacent just saying like, oh, it was a fluke and Mo Vliet's not back, so I'm good. Nah, like Lance is every bit as good of a grappler as Bubba and Mo Vliet, and I need to be ready and I need to be better than I was. So that's where I'm at right now, is like I need to be able to kick my own ass from last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can do that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. And you're, like you said, you're the top returning guy in this weight class. Mo Vliet's out, and you got Bubba who beat Lance, and you beat Bubba, so we got this whole little dynamic going on.
We got the A plus B equals C thing going on.
Exactly. Yeah. So how does that contribute to your mental going into this season, knowing, hey, I'm the top dog if you look at it on paper? How does that feel? Does it give you an advantage, or are you still just as big hungry as you were start of last season?
Look, I feel like I'm the top dog here, but because year in and year out, I'm there. Whether it was at 55 or here, I'm always at least in the semis, split decisions, or into the finals. And even though those guys have had a couple good seasons, some of them, they haven't done what I've done, and they haven't done it consistently. So they're all like coming in saying, "I'm the man. Movleet's gone. I'm the man." And no, you're not. I'm the man. And until you beat me, you know, that's just what it is.
I love it. And lastly, I'll finish with this. We saw Aljamain Sterling, a fellow Long Islander, achieve gold and decisively from one Long Islander to another. Does that give you any mojo, any motivation to go and represent Long Island and keep that momentum going?
So much. I'm so proud of Aljo, and I'm so happy for him. He and I talked like maybe 18 months ago, and something happened. He had the injury with his neck, and it was just like a quick, short conversation. But I was like, man, you're gonna be the champ within the next like year, and like he believes that too. You know, obviously, I'm not taking credit saying I like willed him to this, but we just knew, like, you know, those guys there on Long Island, they put in some kind of work, man. I know everybody works hard, but it's for real, like the grind there, and everybody just embraces that. So watching that fight and seeing him just do like everything just about that he needed to do to beat one of the toughest dudes in the world was so awesome, such a motivator. I want to bring a belt home too. I want that thing hung up in my gym for years to come, and that, you know, that's my goal.
Hell yeah, we can't wait, Chris. You the man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Best of luck.